in the background.
Yeah, so
What's
Dumbledore,
that?
he wants me to have a whiteboard.
Uh
So
huh.
I got a whiteboard so I can do quick views. So, and here's that futureforecasting.com. I don't know if you can see it,
Uh huh.
but I got a couple things that I'm concentrating on: the future forecast and the Devon. That's the Devon missing person link. So,
Oh, okay.
oh, you can't see it, huh? That's too bad.
I don't think I can see it. You probably write it on the very top. Oh,
Yeah,
your. Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's right up there.
Now I can see it.
So what I do is whatever targets I want to keep looking at, I'll put it there. So
Okay, so it's like something like kind of a to remove you list, right?
exactly. So the ongoing missing persons case, I gotta locate the person, and it's gonna take a while.
Uh huh.
So, but you know what? Got to keep trying.
So who gave you this assignment?
It was on Reddit.
Oh, on Reddit.
Yeah, yeah. So
Well,
yeah, I go onto Reddit and I find interesting things or things that pop out, and then I will take a look at them.
personally, I don't like these kind of targets because you might be looking at something horrible.
Yes, yeah, I was.
especially when it comes to missing person, because
Yeah,
people don't just go go missing out of nowhere, out of blue. They are missing because of for a reason.
yes, and this guy's dead, and he's been in water, so all his soft tissue is missing, and yeah, it's
And
not
I don't
good.
want to look at that. Even though I know that I only have limited removing capabilities, and chances are I won't be able to perceive the whole day, uh, the full set of data. But still, I don't want to look at stuff like that.
No, it's not good, but it's got to be done. Somebody's got to do it. So, anyways,
Well, that's true. That's true. And actually, I think that these kind of topics are more belongs to high value targets because the reason that people because if people don't want to look at it, then for someone to look at it people need to pay their money. Yeah, otherwise no one will want to use this kind of stuff like our practice target. Yeah, they are not going to look at these kind of topics for free.
right. I mean, and it takes a lot of energy out of you to view these. I mean, it's been
You mean time or energy? Actually, I don't think remote viewing requires energy to do it,
no,
but
but
it takes you time for
it's
sure.
it's remote. I mean, it's emotional. So yeah,
Oh yeah, that's true.
and it's really been yeah. So well, cool. I'm glad you're here. So what?
So am I.
How many people? Oh, we only got three. Wow, boy.
Well, I guess only I guess it's four, but I don't. Oh, the blackboard. Oh, the whiteboard session. The whiteboard data is also from you.
Yeah, that's me. So hey,
Oh, that's you. Okay,
is
so
is
this
Leo
week
here?
we only have got three submissions.
Did Leo? Oh wow, you got buildings too. Is this yours or is this Snowblind? Oh, that's Snowblind.
The first one is mine. I did it 10 minutes ago. Yeah, you can always see the when I did it. I always did it to at right before our session start.
Wow, you've got the circle too. See, I'm sitting here looking at your data, and you have a circular object. Almost looks like a volcano, but it's a circular object, and you've got something in the air. I guess something high altitude, maybe an airborne thing. So I mean,
Uh-huh.
I was stuck on this circle object, and I could not figure out what I'm looking at. And mountains in the distance. Yeah,
I have no idea.
that's
To be
incredible.
honest, I have zero confidence for my for my data because I don't think I get a clear signal when I'm trying to do my session. You know when remote viewing data starts to flow in, the feeling is very obvious. And when there is no data, you know there is no data. And for me, this session feels more like there is no data, but I try to come up with something, kind that kind of situation. So I have no confidence in my data, but I try to do my homework anyway.
No, we'll find out because a lot of your data is on my data. So I mean, uh, and it's amazing how much of our stuff intersects. So hopefully we're both right, me and you. I mean, that would be really cool. So
Uh-huh.
Snowblind's
Yeah.
got
We
outstanding.
know remote viewing can be very cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. Snowblind's got a lot of cool stuff: trees and building and animals and water and I guess it looks like it almost looks like it's mountains in the distance. I don't know, but that is an interesting. Feels very much like a computer background type scene. Generic and had a land near a coast. Oh, so he's got location. Nice. Probably some rundown barns, maybe some sheep.
Uh-huh.
Wow. So from his data, I'd say it's somewhere near the Ireland coast. Don't ask me why.
Sorry? Near where?
Ireland. That his data feels like Ireland, and I don't know why.
Ireland.
Yeah, buildings made of stone, sheep running around near the coast. Yeah, that's Ireland and England, but basically Ireland.
Oh yes, they are animals.
Yeah.
Animals. Or it could be in New Zealand.
Ooh, yeah. I didn't think about that. You know, the temperature.
They,
If he could have
they
found the
have they have
location,
got
that would have been interesting.
he didn't provide that kind of information.
Nope. But yeah,
And
stone barns.
and oh, in his data, I noticed that snowblind also note there could be water in the surrounding environment, and probably relatively calm, maybe a lake or a broad river. I actually get this kind of feeling. In fact, you mentioned that I drew something like a volcano, and I want to mention that the reason why I put down some lines in the volcano is because I feel that it's more like a lake, and I have no idea why, but to me it feels like it's a golden lake. The color is golden. I didn't write color on my paper, but I feel that it's there is a golden lake, and on the mountain top, more like a crater or something, and there is water in it. It's just like yeah, just my personal feeling.
No, it's too bad you didn't write it down. I mean that I like that data. I mean the color and what it feels like is really important. So that's it's funny
But
because I
to be honest, it doesn't make sense. There
well
there, there
I
is no golden lake.
yeah there is. I worked up at Crater Lake National Park in Oregon. It is actually an extinct volcano with a lake in the middle, and there's an island in the
Uh-huh.
middle of it, and it's called Wizard Island. And during certain time, the sun will come over the crater rim and shine on the lake, and Wizard's Island will glow. and the lake
Uh
water
huh.
will be very calm and golden as the sunlight reflects off the water. I mean, it's beautiful, and it's a national
Oh,
park,
I,
and it's on top
okay.
of a
I
mountain.
didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
I thought when it comes to lake, it always looks like kind of green or blue.
No, no, it depends on the water. It depends on the reflection of the sunlight. Water looks blue when the light bounces off it in a particular direction, but when the light is perfect, yeah. Take a look at Crater Lake National Park and on Google Map and do a I don't know the where you can look at the different pictures that people send in, and it is absolutely beautiful, and it's just a big
Uh-huh.
lake in a volcano. And then there are sheep around there. I don't know.
So moving on is your data.
Okay, on my data, uh,
Oh, not this one.
I was concentrating on two circular objects, some sort of transportation. To me, it felt like a train hauling two cylinders. Maybe they're rounded, hollow. They smelled funny. Uh, even the whiteboard data reflects some sort of round circular object with there's a feeling kind of like watching or almost excitement, and it you know the and then I got Badlands and Indians on horses. So the Badlands of North Dakota have rolling hills. I mean, it's a very distinct look, and this felt kind of like an old event. I don't know. I might be really wrong on this, but it felt like a train with people watching on horseback.
Okay, so kind of like a man-made structure or vehicle.
Yeah, that felt like a man-made structure or a vehicle. And even
Uh-huh.
my second drawing shows the two circle things and then energy event or plan. So I mean, I got nothing. I mean, my data was
Energy event.
yeah. That's it was a tough one. All right, you ready to see what we got?
Uh-huh. Okay. But before we do before we draw a random number, I have a feeling that this is probably more like a normal target instead of extraordinary stuff
That's kind of what I
because
was.
it feels more.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, it feels like a practice target where you just try to remove your simple stuff and like natural environment or simple events.
Right, and that's what I was thinking too.
So
I was thinking it was a picture and not a wow thing. So
yeah, not the ooh kind of stuff.
okay.
So in theory, we would draw a odd number
Well, you got 24.
if that's the what 24.
Yeah, 24 is your number.
24 is not an odd number; it's an even number.
Uh oh.
Then this is not a practice target from Farsight website. I need to do some calculation. Give me a moment.
Okay, while you're calculating,
Uh,
I'm going to look back at the data real quick.
no, what?
So I'm sitting here looking at Snowblind's data.
Number 4. Wow, this is a UFO event.
Is it really?
I don't know. I'm looking at the categories. Yeah, Yeah, based on the formula, it should be a UFO event. And give me a second. I don't know what it could be.
Are you still there?
Uh, yes. Just give me a second.
I tell you that hollow cylinder thing really was drawn on all my views. I don't know why.
Okay, so this is the target, but it's not a specific target. I just pass it on the Google document. This is a target. I don't know how to verify compare our data to this one.
I can't pull it up. So it's intelligence briefing on the UFO thing. So I don't think any of our.
Yeah.
I think we failed all the way around. Actually, yours came in a lot closest because you actually said it was an airborne event. So I'm thinking you were.
But I don't know what that is.
What do you mean?
Well, initially I feel that it's a bird, and and to be honest, I don't think it's a bird. When I try to view this this target, I'm trying to look around, and I just close my eyes and look every look at this, look around and see what I can find. and when I turn to the left, I have an impression that there is a phoenix over there looking at me. But you know it doesn't make sense because there is no phoenix in in our world. So I instead of writing down like a bird or a big bird or a phoenix or a UFO, I simply write down, oh, I think there is something there and it's in the sky.
Well, why didn't you write Phoenix and Bird and then write AOL? It doesn't matter that it's not there.
Ah,
It looks like a phoenix. It looks like a bird, but it's an AOL. You're not sure, so you put it on the paper as
oh,
yeah. So even though
I forgot that. Yeah,
yeah
even though it has to be a wrong interpretation, you still need to write it down.
right, because that interpretation may have something important in it. So AOL, it is your friend. The funny thing is the mountaintop, the golden area. You said that's a golden area on top of a mountain, right?
Yeah,
Did you ever watch?
and
Did,
I thought it's a lake. I
did
thought it's a lake.
Did you ever watch uh, Close Encounters of the Third Kind? It's just big.
I know that movie.
Yes, yeah. In the end, the UFOs land on a great big flat area on top of a rock, and that was I can't remember. I think it was Devil's Mountain in Utah. Anyways, big flat landing area, well lit up. They had lights all the way around it. Supposedly, it was loosely based on a real event. So it's a mountaintop, and it was flat. So there you go. Just throwing that out there. So watch that.
But
Watch well, watch that movie and see if that really strikes a chord to what you think you saw. You know, see if it is kind of like what you saw. You know, just skip all the way to the end. Oh, so I got another challenge for you. Let's we're gonna call this contest a wash, right? I mean, you are the winner of this because you're the only one who said airborne subject.
no, I don't think I'm the winner. I don't think so because I have watched this far side video and there is there, in all the environment and all the UFO videos they took, it there's nothing that is similar to our data. Yeah, no scenarios that resembles our data.
Huh. I'll have to
Yeah,
see if
I
I'll have to see if I can
this,
download it.
this actually this this video clip on Fireside is kind of boring because they simply show us how they shoot UFO videos and how they do the post editing and find it. And they they use a camera that shoots 120 frames per second, and they need to look at frame by frame to identify UFOs because they usually move very fast. Yeah,
Right,
and this video they just show us how they do the filming and how they do the editing.
right, right.
Yeah, it's actually not an interesting one to watch.
Well, I mean, yeah, right, and that does get kind of boring because it's
And there
the mechanics of watching UFOs is really dull.
yeah my, my point is there is no the environment does not match at all because our for our data to to be considered a hit, I think we need to compare the known elements and the unknown elements, and and if we our data is a hit, then I should be able to find a video clip that is taken by Farside during maybe during the time when they are in the wild or in the mountains or in the forest. But no, Farside didn't shoot these videos in the in remote areas. They simply shoot these videos just kind of like in at in their house or their in their studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, and based on what I know, uh, our sky is always filled with UFOs. It's just that they fly so fast that human eyes cannot see it. But if you have got a good camera and put outside and shoot and record everything in the sky, you would be able to see them. And but you still need to spend time and look at frame by each frame to see some weird stuff. And I actually have heard other photographers doing this, and they use a term called sky fishing. They don't fish fish in the pond. They try to catch stuff in the sky, and they call it sky fishing. And
Right.
basically, it's very simple. You just put a good camera outside, and you record every stuff in the sky. And after some post editing, you should be able to find UFOs. And it's actually not that hard because UFOs are always flying in our sky.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is, and location too, because there's a lot of high density locations where the UFOs can go around, like Catalina Island down by San Diego, uh, down there by the Dominican Republic. I mean, there's like lots of places they can do this. Hey, so remember last week we were looking at a target and you guys, were walking around. So I was thinking about how do we prove
Mm-hmm.
that you guys, I could take you to a target and you guys can look around. So what I did is I made an event. I didn't make an event. An event happened, and I made it into a target. And I went and looked at the target, and I looked for particular elements. And what I did is I basically made 3 points on this target, 3 time points. You go to point 1, you go to point 2, and you go to point 3. And my deal on this is if I was to take people to a target and let them look around, I can now prove that they went to a target, and then the person who's doing it can look up the target at that particular time because this is a known event, it's a known target, and it's easy to look up. So I went to this target, and then I can take people to this target with me, and we can look around at these points in time. The deal with this is this target has elements of, well, I mean, if I was to take you right now to this target, I mean, you should be able to stand there and look around with me at the surroundings. And if I was to do this right now and you were to actually just sit there and think about it, you would probably be able to see exactly what this point in time looks like. So we could actually prove that that works, and we could do it with a group. And it would be really fun to take this target number 1 with a group of people and try it.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
mean,
So is that what we are going to do right now?
right now, if you're ready. So I'm at target number 1 at the first stage. First stage. What do you see? Time stop. There's no time. Nothing's moving. You are basically looking into an event. Uh, just, I'm standing there, you're standing there, we're at an event. So, what's the first thing you smell, feel, or hear?
Just tell you whatever
First thing
I
that
came
comes to
up
you.
with.
Yeah, first thing that comes into your mind.
There's a structure, and but I'm not inside the structure. I'm outside, and there are a few people, probably
Okay.
five around five. I don't know the exact number.
No, that's
Three
fine.
to five, I guess.
Okay, you're gonna go inside the structure. You're gonna come find me. So go inside the structure. So basically, picture yourself walking into the structure. So as you're walking into the structure, what do you see, feel, smell, and hear? I mean, what's it feel like to you? Ooh, people.
The first the first word I came up with is silent,
Okay.
and kind of cool, but also dark. And the structure is not a big one. I think it's not some kind of big house or shopping mall kind of stuff, but yeah, a small structure, but it quite be tall. It has many floors, many levels.
no,
I don't know how tall it is,
no, that's
how high
okay.
it is.
What we're looking for is a particular room. What you're going to look for is, well, look for me. I mean, walk. I want you to walk to my target. So you're basically going to follow, I guess, my energy trail.
Your energy.
Yeah. So all of us kind of emit a pattern, and you basically can follow it from point A to point B. That's what I do for a lot of my views, and it's kind of tough. But you're in this building. It's silent, cool, dark, and smaller, but it's tall and many floors. There's a particular room. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do this. You're at the right place. You're in the right building. Let's go to stage two. We'll make this quick. You're in the right place. Stage two. Um, Me and you are standing at stage two. I need you to tell me what's happening. I need you to look around. So, what do you think?
Look around.
What's that?
I have to say I don't know. I
No,
don't know.
that's okay. So,
No data.
no data. All right. So, can you give me any emotions? Like, do you feel the hair on your head crawling? Is it calm? Is it quiet? I mean, anything. Just an emotion. Is it soothing? So, we are standing in a particular target area, or my target area, and we're watching this happen. It was funny because me and Katya were doing this yesterday because I wanted to try it out with her, and she has a problem focusing. So, and it was okay, but she actually picked out a person and focused on that person and then I walked through the three different stages, and she did really good. But it was weird to watch her focus on a particular person. I mean, it was crazy. So the second stage is no data. Let's go to the third stage. All right. And you can go back to the second stage if you want, but the third stage, what happened on the third stage? So we're gonna kickstart the time. Time is moving now. Can you feel anything or see anything?
What should I be looking at?
What's that?
I don't quite understand what third stage means.
Third stage. So these are three separate time points. The first stage is when we first get there and before the event. The second stage was the event. The third stage is after the event. So it's basically like something happened before the event, during the event, and after the event. You are now at the after stage. This is the event happened. What do you see? What do you smell? What do you feel? And all you're doing is you're looking around in this room, in this tall building that's silent and cool. And all I want you to do is tell me what you feel or even smell or hear. Because now time is moving and things are happening. The funny thing is when I tell you what this is, you can actually go back and you can look at it. So even if you don't get any data on second and third stage, your first stage nailed it. So it works out great. So what do you think? Can you get anything for the second or third stage? Any emotions? Any sounds? Sounds would be good.
uh,
So when I do emotions, right, what I do is I actually reach in and I feel what I feel in myself. It's kind of like I feel sorrow or anger or happy or glad or joyous or whatever. But it's like a rush of emotions that hits you when you do these remote views. So I mean, and the other thing is can you look around and actually tell me how many people are in the room?
I don't know how to express that, to be honest,
No, that's
because
okay.
I don't think that's an emotion. But I do
No,
feel something. Um, I don't know how to explain, but there is a word that came to my mind, but it doesn't make sense.
no. Spit it out. What's the word?
Salt,
Salt.
SALT.
Very
I
good.
don't know what that means.
Doesn't matter. SALT. Salt. Love it. Okay, so uh, the people in the room, the emotions. You're not getting any feedback on that. How about uh, how about the target? Do you get anything from the target? Any colors? Any smells? Any feelings? The people in the room are secondary. The target is interesting.
Is the target a person?
Nope. The people in the room are secondary. They're interesting. The target is very interesting. Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, You did really good. Are you ready for the target? Because I'll tell you exactly what's going on, and then you can kind of, you can look back at what you have here, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, you ready? I'm going to start with the first stage. This is a school, and it's not just any school. It's a very important school. This is where they're learning physics and nuclear chemistry. Okay,
Okay.
you are now front loaded. This is a school that studies physics and nuclear chemistry. The teacher is very famous. Okay, he's also very stupid. Very stupid. Okay, now we're at stage two. You know you're in a school. You know they study nuclear chemistry, and you know the damn teacher is very stupid. Okay, he had a nuclear core, plutonium nuclear core. He tried to initiate fission by taking two cores or two halves of this core, and he would separate them only with a screwdriver, separated by a screwdriver. Okay. At this point, right here, the screwdriver on stage two, the second stage slipped. Big flash. Terrible energy released. Okay, third stage. You salt. You smelled salt, or you felt salt, or salt was important. And I'm not quite sure why, but it is. It's important somehow. But on the third stage is after the effect. Everybody in the room got massively dosed with radiation. And the professor ended up dying, and a couple other people ended up dying after the effect. It was a massive event. Now,
So are you telling me the 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 target?
yep, the target number one is this right here. It's called the dragon's breath. You can look it up on Wikipedia, and you can actually see the professor's picture. It'll explain to you how they took two cores of plutonium. This is after World War II. They were playing with this, literally playing with this in a schoolroom, and it's or college school, and they were playing with this, and the guy was screwing around with it to show his students what happens when these get really close to each other. The fission starts and you get a lot of reaction. But what happened was he slipped, and it created a flash of energy, and he was able to separate it before they all, before a small nuclear explosion. But dude, it's a major event, and the fact that I just took you and you saw the school is really cool. So it would have been nice to get more data from the actual event, but the fact that you went to the school and you were actually able to, at least walk around a little bit was just really incredible. This is how remote viewing works, man. You saw a little portion of it. You didn't see the whole thing, and you didn't get all the emotions, and you didn't get all the really cool stuff, but you got part of it. And this is awesome. So what do you think?
Well, I should have told you more of what I felt about this target.
No, well, and that's the thing is, so now that you know the data, now that you can see everything, you're gonna go back and you're gonna go, oh my god, I felt this, or I thought of this. So what did you think of? What else?
You when you told me that there are people in the target area. I think it's kind of strange because the first thing that came to my mind is I don't see people, but since you told me there are people, so I'll try to look around and and I have an impression that I I'm looking at a person lying on the floor or lying on the bed. It's just an impression. If there are people, then that people or that person is lying on the ground or lying on the bed. Is I should have told you
No, it's
my
okay.
feeling about this.
No,
But
that's
I cannot prove to you that I get this information because I didn't tell you in advance.
but that's the
But
thing. But
I
that's
do know that I feel kind of strange because you told me there are people, but I don't think there are people. And if there are people, then they should be lying on the ground.
and so that is you're second guessing yourself, and it happens all the time. I mean, you're like, oh, okay, so there should be something here, but I don't see it, but I feel like it's different. And that's fine. I mean, that's why I like going back and reviewing this and then actually putting more additional data down because it felt like they were lying on a bed or on the ground. And yes, they were lying on a bed and on the ground. It literally caused a nuclear explosion in a lab room. There were people all over the place panicking and lying down and being sick and vomiting. I mean, it was they got a lethal dose of radiation. So yeah, you were absolutely right. They were lying on a bed and on the ground. But yeah, I mean, for your when we do this with a group of people, and we just for the first time we're going to be doing this. We're going to be getting small amounts of data from all these people, and everybody's going to be kind of front loaded, and everybody's going to have the same issue. Well, I don't see a structure. I don't see people. I don't see. It doesn't feel cool. Then you got to get all the people into one area, and we'll go to the next stage. Do you guys see anything? And then we got to put the data down, and everybody's going to be front loaded from the point that we start putting data down. But it works, Lynn. This works, and it works well, and it's amazing. It's just absolutely. We got to have known targets for the new people. So like this, you can go back and you can check all about this, and you can read on it on how it happened. And but it is truly weird.
Is it how we are going to teach people remote viewing?
So I don't. This is kind of like a side quest because I think this is really effective at information gathering. I
Uh
think
huh.
I think this is a great way for a group to get a feel for remote viewing. So once you learn the basics, this is an awesome way because now you're in a group of people that are asking questions. Well, I don't feel it. Now this is how you do it. So everybody in the group will learn basic remote viewing with the group. So when they're on their own, they're going to be like, well, it feels like it it smells like, and they're going to put the data down because like you, they're going to say, well, that can't be. It's not right. I got this impression, but I didn't want to say anything. But you have to put it down. Even if you put an AOL by it, you have to put the data down. And this is a great tool to teach people how to remote view. I mean, It's so simple. One person has a target. The target is a known event or a known location. And then that person has all the data in one spot and everybody can see it. And everybody can learn at the same time, this is how you do it. Um, and then you can literally, throw in teaching moments if you want. This is, it's better if you do it this way. It's better if you do it that way. It would be great. I like this. Plus, it's fun. Oh my God, we could go have planned events and look at really cool things. You know?
I have two questions
Yes.
for this. The first question I have is what are different stages?
Okay. So stage one, I stop time. My my goal is to come here, stop time before the event.
Oh, okay.
I do
So
not.
it's more like a timeline, right?
Very much so. So it's a timeline, but it's stopped. I wanted you to see the building. I wanted you to see the people, the professor. I wanted you to see everything to do with stage two, but I didn't want stage two to happen. I wanted stage two separate. I literally wanted you to see this big ass flash of energy. In fact, when I remote view it, it's a lot different for me to remote view this. But then again, I am very front loaded because I know all about this event. But for me, it's very different to view this. And it's nuclear fission and fusion or fission is just amazing to watch. But I had to stop. I had to stop time here. And I'm pretty sure we can do that. I'm not 100% sure. We'll find out. We get a group of people, we are new people who want to learn how to remote view, and we do this. It'll be a lot easier for them. They can ask questions, they can make comments. So I don't know.
Well, it could work, but the first thing is we have to have a group of people who want to give it a shot.
Well, and that's the deal. So if we do something like this, and we have this contest, and we make it into a shorter. See, this is kind of long and involved. We would have to make it into a shorter. If you want to learn how to do it, this is the basics of how to do it after a
Oh,
contest.
okay.
Like maybe a 10-minute little walkthrough, but
Oh, okay.
make the target much easier to.
Okay. I see. I see. Then I have another question, and I think that is a important one. What what questions should monitors ask during different stages?
What do you mean?
Because in stage one, in stage two, and in stage three, you all kind of throw me different questions and giving me directions where to look at.
Right. So if you're a new person to remote viewing, you would want to know that I'm taking you to a structure. Like you would want to be front loaded because I mean having a random number in front of you for me and you, we do this all the time. We're old hats. We know how to do this. But if you're new, you would want to know I'm looking at a building. What does the building look like? And then you want to ask the basic questions. What's it feel like? So feel like, smell like, what are your emotions? Just all the basic questions, and have a list and go through this list at the initial outset. So if the target is, yeah, I mean, just for a remote game new person, having a little bit of front loading will not hurt. So we can modify this and we can have a list. In fact, even having a list of this is what I want to see, the emotions, the colors, the smells, where are you? Are you looking down at it? All the basic stuff that we screw up on, have a list of it. And then after it's all said and done and everybody has gone through and we've got all the data down, then you got to go back and then you got to talk to the people and you say, what did you not tell me? What did you feel? And it's amazing because people will not tell you what they feel or smell or hear until it's done. And it just like you felt people lying down on the bed, people do that to me all the time. It's like, oh my god, I felt something different. I This is what I felt, or this is what I saw, and yeah, it's a great learning tool, and I really think we can go far with this. In fact, if I had a way to make this bigger and then have it all laid out much, if I knew how to draw and write a little cleaner, it'd be easier to read too. But it's a great teaching tool.
Hmm. I think it's I think the whole process is good, but I still think that we can sort of optimize the way we do it because I still mm, I'm still not so sure whether this kind of practices should be held like this.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think what we ought to do is we ought to get 3 or 4 people in here that don't regularly remote view, and
Uh huh.
we ought to do a simple target, any target. In fact, if you want to work at finding an easy target that me and you can to you know put up here that we know really well inside and out, I and then have 3 or 4 people do it. Then what we could do is literally make a list of how we should present the data to these new people and
Yeah,
what
and
we're trying to do.
how many stages we should have in a session,
Well,
and
I
what
think we
questions should be incorporated in each session. I
yeah,
think
yeah,
I think that's the key to having a successful group session like this.
right. So the nice thing is the people that do RV, some of the group that we have, we could literally take unknown events, events that are scary or difficult to do, and we could literally have one person with some of the data that's partially front loaded, and then we could literally do the same thing with a group of people that have skills. And we can literally sit here and do the same thing for questions that we want to ask or have answered. We could literally sit here on targets that we know of and discuss parts of it. Like my, I don't know if you can see it, like this one here, the Devon location. I could literally put the Devon and then have a group of us sit here and we could literally do the same thing. So skilled remote viewers can do that. For newbies, we definitely have just simple, itemized targets. No time, no funny incidences. We just have simple targets, and
Uh huh.
make sure that they're well known too, so everybody can look up on the internet and see exactly what happened.
Okay, I see. Or maybe this kind of exercise can be uh we have maybe we can have two types of two groups of people doing this kind of exercise, and one is for the newcomers, and one is for people who have some fair knowledge about remote viewing. And
But
for
see,
newcomers,
but
there.
that's the thing is, if you're in a group with the newcomers and the old school remote viewers, the people who know what's going on, they could literally jump in and help, say, well, what do you guys think? And they can literally help too. So the people who know what's going on, when somebody has a question, having everybody assist would be awesome. I mean, yeah, it's great having one person as the leader or the monitor, but having experienced people jump in and help, just kind of guide these people as long as we're not leading them. And that's one of the biggest fears I have is so when I was going through the different stages, I was trying not to lead you with questions. I was trying not to say, "Do you feel scared? Do you feel?" I was trying to make sure that you weren't led by anything I said, because leading somebody who is remote viewing is very easy to do. Just by a simple word, I can tell you or make you feel something, and I need to avoid that at all costs because knowing what the target is, I don't want you to have way too many preconceived notions about it or ideas to mess up your view. And
Huh?
so, anyways, that was cool. We
Well,
should get.
I'm still trying to wrap my hand around your exercise, and
Well, that's why
uh,
I wanted to get Leo on here too. I want you and Leo, because you and Leo both, when you guys hook up and when you guys work together on these, you do awesome. And I think it's because you can literally work with Leo, uh, energy wise, and I think it's easier when two people are together to do this. And I think there is really something there. I can't prove it, but I think when two or more people are looking at a target, I really think there's a connection made, and that they assist each other. It's like when me and Snowblind look at a target, there is a connection made. I am working with Snowblind. I can feel Snowblind, and we can somehow communicate better and work together better as a group than we do individually. I'm telling you,
okay.
it's an actual. I can't prove it yet, but I will when we start doing these group things live.
It's very hard to prove anything when it comes to remote viewing.
Well, the nice thing is, if we keep the target simple, it won't be that hard. We just have to get a bunch of people together to try it.
Yeah, yeah, it makes sense because you never know if you never try.
Right. So I would like to do. I would like to actually, because I got the Discord with the cryptids and the UFOs and all the other stuff. It would be fun to do cryptids. You guys, I have got a couple targets that will get some seasoned remote viewers. I've got a couple of cryptid events that I would love to show you guys. And
Oh, by the way, it also occurred to me. Uh, do you know of any person that is doing similar work as you just did, like hosting a group remote viewing live event in the maybe in the remote viewing Discord channel?
I've never seen it. I've never seen a group remote view. We are truly. I mean, I would love to talk to Daz Smith and find out what is happening, because I have never seen a group. Now, on that note, have you read the or watched the video on cowboy remote viewing?
Not yet.
You need to watch that because that is very similar to this. It's a group of guys sitting around throwing out what they feel right then. That is cowboy remote viewing. It is very similar to what I'm doing. My 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 technique is similar but not the same as remote or cowboy. And I can't remember his name. Camelo. Anyways, Josh from the remote viewing Discord.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of great information. So I would like to show him this how I want to do this and see what he thinks because he's very much would have a lot of great input.
Okay.
We get this
Okay. I see.
we'll get this fine tuned and we'll start showing people and we'll ask questions. But yeah, I've never seen it.
I see. So in your opinion, there is really something when a group of people do remote viewing together instead of in different time zones, just working individually.
Yeah, I think when we work as a group, we will accomplish a lot more. And
Yeah, because in our weekly remote viewing practice, we always do our sessions alone, and we don't do remote viewing together. And in your opinion, there is something when people try to remote view the same target at the same time,
right,
and it will help them to kind of upgrade their data quality. They can get better data when people work together at the same time.
yeah. I mean, a group usually does a lot better than an individual on projects. When you have a lot of people inputting help and energy into a single project, you can get a lot done. An individual can get stuff done, but it's just not as efficient. The group will do a lot more. So,
Uh, I think in the proposed exercise, there's one key element is to in the session at the same time.
it's missing a key element.
Sorry,
You're fading out. I can barely hear you.
sorry. What did you say?
Yeah, your audio is cutting out. I can barely hear you.
So sorry. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay. My question is, in your proposed exercise, the one key element is that remote viewers have to remote view the same target at the same time, and the and time at the same time is a key factor.
Yes, yeah, together.
Oh, okay. Together, it doesn't just mean looking at the same target, but also means working simultaneously.
Right.
Oh, okay. So simultaneous action is plays a role here.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
Okay, I see.
if you look
Because
at
because
if you
in
look
our
in the
previous practices, we don't remove you simultaneously.
right, if you look in the Bible, it even says where two or more are gathered together, and that's one key passage in the Bible, where two or more are gathered together. The great things happen. To me,
Okay.
that goes along with that. Just works throughout life. When you have two or more people gathered together, you get more done. I mean, it's just it makes sense. So yeah, it's I want to try it.
How are you going to onboard more people at the same time?
Well, the really cool thing is we can actually get a small group started of new people, and we can get them excited. And once they get excited, they're going to bring their friends online, saying, "Hey, this is really bizarre, or cool. Let's do it together." Because the key to it is now
Mm.
you're going to bring your friend on, and you want to go with your friend to this new target. That's really cool. So
Huh. Okay. I don't know. I don't know who else I can bring with me. But
well,
I'll try to find someone.
well, here's the deal. I mean, I post on Reddit all the time. I post on Reddit for events and things that I want to look at. So what I'll do is I'll just post on Reddit to have people come try this and see if they want to do at a predetermined time, if they want to do a simple target in a group. And you could do the same thing. You could do Reddit, you could do whatever form, TikTok, have a group, post it so you can have a group come in and just try it as a group, you know.
Okay. I see. I see. Maybe I think maybe we should if we were to do that, maybe we should use other platforms instead of Discord because in our Discord channel, there are only very limited amount of people here. So if we were to
Well,
host activities like this, then we should use more some public social media platforms. Maybe like use Google Meet or maybe YouTube live stream.
any
Yeah,
any
things like
anywhere,
that.
right, anywhere we can get a large, even a medium group of people together and have them able to talk to each other. I mean, the Twitter thing was actually pretty cool. I don't know how you set it up, but I mean, I could probably record that as well, but that was actually pretty good. The
You mean Twitter Space?
Yeah, the Twitter space. But I don't know how, if you had a question. So if I was a new guy and I had a question on Twitter space, I would have to push the microphone, right? So you got to push the little microphone button.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
that might work. It would be interesting.
Uh-huh.
So, but yeah, uh, we could definitely post on the different formats and see if we can get to. It would be best to have a format that a lot of people can use, and that's easy to
Yeah,
do.
in my eyes, the biggest challenge is to find a format that many people can see us and wants to get involved.
Yeah, yeah. That would be an interesting challenge. Your
Yeah.
Your
Okay.
Twitter account is for the ZPC token, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So if we get a lot of Chinese or yeah, Mandarin speaking people, so what we could do is you could do you have this OSB? You could actually be the monitor and then have the do the monitoring, and then what I could do is I could actually tape everything in the background and record it.
Uh-huh.
So, oh no, wait, it's Twitter. Never mind, it's recorded. I wouldn't have to do anything.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that would be great. All right, well let's set it up. We'll figure it out and set that up.
I still need I think I still need some time to think a good format for this.
Well, I'll tell
Yeah.
you, let's work on picking out good targets, easy targets. And then what we'll do is we'll set up a demo. I'll see if we can pull some people together one morning,
Yes.
and
Yes.
then we'll try it. We'll try it 2 or 3 times, and we'll make sure
Yeah.
it works. If you want to try it again next week, that'd be great. We'll just do quick targets, like you know, see how many people we can pull in there, and then just do quick targets to make it feel good, and write down a list of questions that we want to ask or
Yeah.
have ready.
Yeah. I know why you are talking. Maybe I'll talk to you later. Okay?
Sounds good.
After today's live stream. Maybe tomorrow or yeah, we don't need to we don't need to rush for this. And before we start hosting these kind of exercises, then I'm thinking, uh, may, may, yeah, I can maybe I can share my some of the maybe we can have a target some have a target pools that things that we would like people to try to view and make sure what kind of how many stages we are going to have and what kind of questions we are going to ask during each stage. And when all is set, when all is prepared, then we invite people to join.
Right, right. So what I'll do is I'll figure out how to do that on Discord. What I'll do is I'll set up a target pool that me and you can put our good targets in that only me and you know about. And then what we'll do is uh, we'll get input from all the other people what would be a good target, and we can kind of look at it and kick it around. And any ideas that we come up with, we can put into a particular channel that me and you can kind of work with to make sure that these targets are, perfect, and make sure that we
Yeah,
have all the data on it beforehand. So
yeah. It makes sense, and it's probably better to use handy stuff. Like, for example, I just found that Lynn Buchanan's website has come back online, and now we can also use their targets because it's very handy.
which Lynn Buchanan came back online.
Yeah, Lynn Buchanan's target pools, they
He
are available again.
he has some really good target pools, man. I like
Yeah,
his stuff.
their target pools are available again, and yeah, maybe we can start from using their target pools because you have remote view then, and we also have done tried this several times during our ZenPandaCoin's practice target.
Yep, yep. So that'll
Yeah,
work
and
out great.
it would be and we all know that they don't use very difficult stuff for targets, and their targets are generally simple ones.
Right, right. So that'll work out. That'll work out really good. Uh, I
But the question is how to design different stages and what kind of probing questions we should use when we are trying to guide participants during the session.
so I think and that's what we're going to have to do is we're going to have a target in mind, right? So let's say the target is going to be a stationary object that is old. Okay. Now we want to look at a target that is, let's say, the cave dwellings in New Mexico. There's a bunch of old caves that people lived in years ago. We want to look at this cave dwelling now, not back then. So what we want to do is we want to have our target start out and have a list of questions that have the people that we're working with look at the target now, not back, you know, hundreds of years ago. So we literally front load people saying, you have to look at the target now. So we'll have a list of questions that target what we want, not just
Mm-hmm.
general look at a target. Because we know what we want, we know how we want to direct them. And then you go into the basics: smell, touch, feel, emotions. It would be really easy. So each target that we come up with, though, we've got to make a list of what we want for this target, and that would be a good one because that particular target is very, I mean, it's fascinating, but we would have to look at it at a particular time that we know about, and then we can go take pictures of it right now. We can't go take pictures of it back when it was occupied or when people were living there. So that's we can't do that to the new viewers. We have to look at it now. Each target will have this scenario where we have to have questions geared toward what we want them to see. It's going to be a pain in the butt. A lot of work.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of work, but so we need to know. I don't think it's not some I don't think it's something we can have progress in the near future. But
Oh, I don't
yeah,
know. I should be able to come up with at least 5 or 6 targets within a day or two and have all the necessary questions. The hard part's going to be finding out a way to have people come to one spot or one point in time and place to look at and work with, and to do it. That's the hardest part is trying to get everybody's schedule. I mean,
yeah, that's another problem that we need to solve.
yeah, yeah. Time zones really suck. I mean, you are ahead of time. We are. I'm so far back in time. And then Dumbledore, he's what? I think 8 hours. I think he's 8 hours ahead. It's it's tough.
Where 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 does Dumbledore live?
Uh, I'm not 100% sure, but he's 8 hours
Is he
ahead.
in the United States?
No, I think he's England, but
Oh, England.
it's either that or a European country. I'm not really sure. Um, I don't. I haven't. When I look at him, it's very hard for me to figure out where his actual location is, and I've been trying. I keep peeking to see if I can see anything, but I have not got my location skills. Um, I have not got my location skills worked out where I can, do it reliably. But I'm getting better. So one day I'll find out where he
Yeah.
lives exactly.
Okay. I think we already have enough discussion for for today's live stream.
Cool, cool. All right. Well, listen, Lynn, you have a good rest of your week, and thank you very much, man. That was a lot of fun doing that target.
No, it's my pleasure to have you. Yeah, without you, this this remote viewing exercise would never be possible. Even though there are only very few people participating in this, I still appreciate the effort and time you put into this.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I really appreciate you doing this each week. So
So,
thank you very much,
anyways,
Lynn.
have a good day there.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Lynn.
Okay. See you. Goodbye.